what do you call it? A balaclava? What is balaclava? Is that
Balaclava. I mean,
balaclava?
he looks like a scuba diver with a banana on his head.
So when he first wore it the first time, it's like, oh, it was a cold day because he likes to
He was
ride his
riding
bike
his
around New
bike,
York.
right?
But then he started doing it every single day. And so so you have a theory, maybe
I
even
t-
more than a theory. Maybe you know something I don't know. What are you
I
hearing? What are your people telling you about the
I
balaclava?
I have a theory. And I mentioned this the other night on Rob Saul's show. He gets a lot of heat for having a turkey neck. I think he had a neck lift. I do.
Oh, okay.
And when you have a neck lift, I've never had one, but when that time comes on, why not, right? It pulls you, makes you have a nice jawline and stuff. He's been ribbed and chipped about his turkey neck, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had a neck lift. And I guess they open you up and pull it back. I suppose so. You have to usually have a bandage to hold it tight, and you cover it up. If he does go outside, you're really supposed to rest when you have any kind of surgery. But if he goes outside, and he's cold and he rides his bike, of course he'd wear that. And
Wow. From wow to
wow,
gobble, 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 gobble.
go 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 go. But I think maybe the reason he would get a neck lift is because if the scuttlebutt is true and his wife is separated from him or has filed for divorce, he wants to win her back. Either that, or maybe he's gonna in the spring dip his pink feet in the dating pool.
Right.
So
I think
what
this is
say
a good
what say
time.
you? What say you? I think so. So probably had a neck lift. I know he's been sick. He's got the kennel cough going, but you have heat in your house. I mean, you don't need to wear that. You've got heat. It looks ridiculous. Just take it off, Kevin. Prove me wrong. Let's see your neck. Show us your neck, KB.
I think you might not be wrong because um, I actually know someone who had the neck taken in, and after the surgery, they put a like spandex thing around your neck, not too tight because it's your neck. But if you look at the balaclava on the bottom and you go back and look at when he's worn it before, it's very puffy.
Right.
Mm.
So the bandages, right.
Right. I think
I have another
right
theory,
in the,
by the way, about the
go ahead.
balaclava. So, so we all know Kevin is like, I don't think it's any surprise or any shock to anyone that he's losing his hair, right? His hairline is getting a little less thick, so to speak, and it
Right.
almost has like a little bit of a patch there that the hair isn't growing in anymore. I think that he's having that existential angst that a lot of us baldies have when we're in that inflection point from having hair to being a bald person. And I think I'm not saying that's the only reason he's doing it, but I think it's almost like a kill two birds with one stone sort of thing where he's a little self-conscious about the neck. He's gotten comments about it. People have started making comments about his hairline and the wacky little hair thing that he's got going on. So I think it's almost like well, it's not a midlife because he's past midlife, but it's that sort of that old man thing where he's so vain that he doesn't like getting called out on it. He's a little sensitive about some of the signs of aging that are starting to creep in on Kevin. What say you on that, Shmuel?
I would not disagree. But it's not like Kevin, right? Kevin's the guy that's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Right.
Wow!
Um,
Oh no! Oh no! I'm losing my hair! Oh no!
I think
yeah,
with Kevin though, he always, if you look at older clips from him, like when he was doing comedy, I think he always had sort of that patch in the corner where it doesn't quite grow. When he does start to grow out his hair, he actually looks pretty good. He would look better if he grew out his hair, I believe. And I mean, I'm being a little tongue in cheek about the neck lift because he's also doesn't want to spend on guests. So
Right.
he's been pretty tight,
He
you
did
know.
look like he had a almost what do they call it, the Bell's palsy, like at one point. Remember that one day or week where it looked like he got stung in the face. So
Yeah.
as somebody, I just put up the chat, somebody said, well, maybe he has an abscess tooth that he hasn't taken care of, and it's like swollen on the one side of his face. So he's a little self-conscious about kind of like, you see like that cheek to our right, but his left, or well, I think it's that way. Doesn't it look like it's a little kind of jetted out, almost like there's like an abscess maybe, or that
I
it's
don't
swollen?
I don't know, because the neck thing, and if there is a bandage, would be kind of pushing it up, sort of like, like a muffin top on a person.
So
I'm surprised that he keeps riding his bike when it's this cold, like in like January, February. You think that, hey, if it's, below 40 degrees, maybe I just sit this one out. But it seems like he still forces himself to go out on that bike, even when it's like freezing out, which is, I guess, commendable.